Good morning and welcome to the Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025. It's an honor to have you all seated. But before we begin, may we rise to say the opening prayer, which would be our national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you very much. Please, may we be seated. Good morning once again. Welcome to the Nex-Gen Export Summit. I hope you are all excited to be here. For those online, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Do well to drop comments, emojis, reactions in the comments section. If you're here, I also want to see you put up your smiley face. I mean, this is a youth conference. You're supposed to be excited, be smiley. Welcome once again. If you're just joining us, grab your virtual seats, be excited, drop reactions, as I said, drop your locations. If you're joining in from Nigeria, from Canada, Nairobi, Kenya, wherever you are, please do well to let us know where you're tuning in from this morning. I'm your host and moderator. My name is Precious Akpabio, and I would also be your biggest cheerleader for today because this is a Nex-Gen Youth Summit, and I'm glad to be a youth, and so are you. But before we begin, I want to give a special shout out to you who has made it possible to be here, who has made this summit happen. Thank you very much. A round of applause for yourselves, please. Those online, you're also not left behind. A round of applause for you as well. I also want to give a shout out to the chairman, NexHub Group, Dr. Victor Ayere, as well as the managing director. I would also love for us to clap as we mention these important dignitaries. As well as the managing director, Mr. Babatunde Faleke of the Nigerian Exporters Hub. And I will also not fail to mention people that have made this summit happen. A shout out to the Honorable Minister from the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, Honorable Olawande Ayodele, who has made it possible. Please, a round of applause for him as well. As well as the Executive Director of Business Development of Nex-Gen Bank, Honorable Stella Okotete. Thank you very much. She will be here live. If you know you have a friend and you have not called on your friend to be here this morning, you are definitely wrong. So please share the link, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, and make sure that somebody you love is also a part of the conference this morning. I would also love to mention our GED procurement, Mrs. Ibironke Ayere, who is also here this morning. As well as the GED for Strategy and Operations for NexHub Group, Dr. Adamu. Thank you. Without wasting much time, I would also want to mention important parastatals that are here this morning, the Ali Network, NYC, and a host of others. Thank you for gracing the occasion. So without further ado, I would love to invite the Managing Director of the Nigerian Exporters Hub to give us a welcome address. Mr. Babatunde Faleke, you're welcome, sir. A round of applause again as he comes. A round of applause.
I don't know how to shout, but I like to shout because I'm talking to the youth. Can the youth give me Bosa? Bosa. To the Nigerian? Bosa. It's not loud enough. Can we do it again? Bosa. 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 Can you do it for the last time? Great Nigeria youth. Great Nigeria. Great Nigeria youth. Great Nigeria youth. Great. Now you Biko. That's the Nigerian youth I love. That's the Nigerian youth that is energetic. That's the Nigerian youth that is talent. That is creative. That employable. But there is a missing link. there is a missing link. Statistically, Nigeria youths 160 million of the population. That's 70% of Nigerian population, making Nigeria one of the country with the largest youth. 160 million youth, quite a lot. So the youth needs to decide what next. The youth need to take it to the next level. Why this conference? Non-all export, you all knew. I don't know when you read your simple economics, your commerce, your business management, you will have been hearing so many things about natural resources in Nigeria. Yes, we have it abundantly. We have 774 local governments in Nigeria, and I can tell you for free that there are products from each local government. Every local government has endowment in terms of agric, in terms of solid minerals. I have not seen one local government without their resources. And all of you came from one local government, that I'm sure. The 160 million youth in Nigeria. So what have we done about it? You must have heard stories that yes, in the days of the Awolowos, the cocoa was the one that built Cocoa House. The Nigeria has television before France. Then what did they do? They were also young then. They made things happen. They galvanized their energy. They did something different, and the country was good for them. You will have had the pyramid of granite. How did it happen in the north? You will have had the great textiles in Kaduna industries. You had cotton. These are the things. They are still there. They are still there. There are a lot of products in Nigeria that are valuable. But what are we doing about it, export-wise? The youth have opportunity. We created this forum so that we can engage, so that we can talk, so that the youth can know where to divert their energy. A lot of you, I'm very sure that by the time you get your phone, you can stay 2 hours. So today we just want to engage you to talk about it, meet industry experts, those who have done it well, and NexHub, what do? We tell you how to export, what to export, where to export, and at the end of the day, connect you with verified buyers where necessary, where you can do that. And I want to tell you, it is not until when you carry product that you be an exporter. The youth have enough talent, enough energy, enough IT senses that they can connect the whole world. Right from your bedroom, you can make money, you can make it in dollars. But if you don't have the knowledge, you can't make it. You just be there looking and thinking and just galvanizing. But then if you have the knowledge, and this is what we want to do, we want to create you, want to talk to you, I congratulate you for joining us, because from this place, we are taking to the next level. I can assure you that those of you who register with us, we will not leave you alone from this end forth. We will gather you, put into court, and group you based on your interest and take it to the next level. The youth needs to take it by force, and you have a role to play. We are doing talent hunts. A lot of things are there. It's not only products, services are there too. I know a lot of you that are very good in type of soccer. Someone is coming here to talk about how talent hunt and how you can get your skill outside the country. A lot of diaspora are there. How do they get the food? I'm sure most of you that are watching me from London, you are missing akamu seriously. You are missing cocoa. You are missing kuli kuli. You are missing real Nigeria gold. You are missing the suya. Who gets it to you? That's your first natural taste. You can't do without it. But how do you get it? This will teach you. This will expose you to. How do you get it? I'm sure you are missing the suya. The good suya. The one with the little dust, the way it makes the way it is done perfectly well. The spicy meat, you are missing it. The ewaloyi, you are missing it. The real gari jebu, you are missing it. How do you get it? It's not done over there. You can't make it over there. These are your natural taste. You need to get all this. And we are here to tell you, to expose you, to create a venue, to launch you to that dimension. And that's where we are today. And I want to give congratulations for coming on board, and you will enjoy it. We're just starting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again, sir, for that wasn't just a warm welcome, that was also a wake-up call to every youth. Great Nigerian youths! Great Nigerian youths! There was something he said that was very striking for me. He said if you're a footballer, if you are a singer, a dancer, I remember back in the days when I was a brilliant footballer. You need to see me on the tracks. Nobody could dribble more than me. And when they called me to come out and go and display my talents outside the country, I was like, no, let me just stay in Nigeria for a while. And here I am right in front of you. So if you know you are as great as I am and you have talents you know can put food on the table, join the Nigerian Exporters Hub. Not only about the talent. If you want to go into agro-commodity exporting, anything at all, the Nigerian Exporters Hub is your go-to for that talent, that skill you want to nurture. Thank you once again, sir, for that warm welcome. Thank you. So we'll move on very quickly to, you've heard about NexHub. NexHub, what exactly is NexHub about? What is the Nigerian Exporters Hub? So I would love to make welcome Mrs. Jennifer Maxat, the head of operations of the Nigerian Exporters Hub, to tell us what NexHub is about. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the biggest Gen Z precious Akpabio. Greatest Nigerian youth. Greatest of the greatest Nigerian youth. Those that are physically seated and those that are online. Very warm welcome to you to the maiden edition of the Nex-Gen Export Summit. I am very delighted to stand before you this very hour to welcome you on board and then to tell you about the Nigerian Exporters Hub. It is indeed a very, very, very significant event for our nation, Nigeria, today, powered by Zenab Group and brought to you by the Nigerian Exporters Hub. So before I begin to talk about NexHub, I would like us to give a round of applause to Zenab Foods for all it has been doing to promote exports in Nigeria, non-oil exports. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Now, this is for me. I think we can do a standing ovation for a company that has put it on its shoulder to see that export, non-oil export thrive, even amidst every challenges. Standing ovation for Zenab Foods Limited, please. Thank you. Now, this is better. All right, may we have our seats? Thank you. When I say NexHub, you say your gateway to international trade. NexHub. I am louder. NexHub. NexHub. Thank you. All we do is to bridge the gap between non-oil exports and all the challenges that surrounds it. My name is Jennifer Maxat Dalagam. Again, I want to welcome everyone to this very significant event, the Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025. It is the maiden edition, and we are super proud to present it to you. Thank you for all our participants, online and physical. I would like to appreciate and acknowledge the Honorable Minister for Youth and Development, Honorable Ayodele Olawande. Thank you very much, sir, for the much support that you have given to this process from the very day that we started up until this moment. Thank you, sir. I would also like to recognize the presence of Honorable Stella Okotete, the very amiable Executive Director of Business Development, Nex-Gen Bank. Also, our amiable Chairman, Nigerian Exporters Hub, Dr. Victor Ayere, PhD. I would also love to recognize the presence of all our speakers present, the distinguished guest seated, Dr. Adamu A. Adamu, GED Strategy and Operations, the very amiable MD, my MD, sir, Mr. Babatunde Faleke, and the alpha woman herself, my GED Procurement, Mrs. Ibironke Ayere. A round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now, I would quickly tell us all about the Nigerian Exporters Hub, a digital platform that was created to facilitate trade between Nigeria and other exporting countries. We base our strength in China, that is the Asian part of the universe. For over 3 years now, we have been operating capacity building around it. You know, we have been able to mentor over 1 million Nigerian youth, starting with the NYSC scheme, where we move from camp to camp during the NYSC site sensitization program to ring the bell and the bell of non-oil exports alone. And we have been able to harness over 134 users on the platform, the Nigerian Exporters Hub. Now, I am coming with facts and figures. These are things that can be verified. We moved from capacity building, that is giving export training, to doing practical export and holding exporters to be able to export by themselves. I am sure that in the course of this summit or conference, we will see for ourselves from some of the testimonials of persons who we have handheld. We have proudly 16 persons that have exported under the Nigerian Exporters Hub. Let's give it a clap, please. It is not easy. Thank you. They were so determined, even from the 0 level, we took them to 100. And today, they were glad they came across the Nigerian Exporters Hub platform. Now, in order to further diversify into areas that connect everybody, concerns both the youth, the average, even the aged, we have now said, okay, what can we do differently as a platform so that we have everybody, inclusion, general inclusion for exports. We know that the only solution to Nigerian economy today is exports. By the time we export, we bring in foreign exchange to the country, which stabilizes our economy. So we have diversified into export of services. Now I am talking futuristic plans. And I am very delighted to announce to you that in June 2025, we are going to be doing our first ever service export by exporting the iconic Carnival Calabar to China. Can we give that a round of applause, please? I am priding in the process of NexHub. You know, we started off and we say, can we really do this? Are Nigerians going to open up and accept this export? But given that we know for sure that it is the only solution and the way out, we were not deterred even with the challenges that we encountered. And so we kept on pressing. Now, why am I saying this? For you that have keyed in today, you will be wondering, why am I here? Why should I be here? Of course you should be here. Because when you hear export, you begin to think, oh, okay, this platform is only for the big guys, people that do export and import. Hell no, it is not. I like to announce to somebody this morning that with your small interest, with your big interest and little capital, you can be able to export. We have a speaker who is waiting, itching to speak to us to this aspect. We'll all hear it. Export of services, small scale export. We have room. Nigerian Exporters Hub, in a nutshell, it is a place where everybody belongs to. Big, small, medium. There is always something for everyone. So, if you're connected here this morning, please kindly share the link, connect, send to your family, friends, and loved ones. Don't be greedy. This information is too much for only you. Spread it. If not, by the time we are done, your head is all swelled up and you will not be able to pass through the door you entered, though. I just said this. Thank you very much for having me. Enjoy the conference. Thank you, Precious.
NexHub excels in the exportation of premium-grade agricultural commodities such as sesame, ginger, cocoa, cassava, cassia tora, and raw cashew nuts, offering you verified buyers.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jennifer Maxat. A round of applause again for her. And one thing she doesn't know is we Gen Zs, we have the capacity to carry everything that this conference has to offer. And she said whether big, small, or medium, NexHub has a whole lot of things to offer. Please, a round of applause again. So as a Gen Z youth, I don't know about you, we love money. And there was something very striking that was said when I joined the Nigerian Exporters Hub. So there is this slogan I love to hear whenever I hear NexHub. So if I say NexHub, I want you to say dollar in every home, because I'm all about the money, just as you are. If you're not about the money, please, can you raise your hands? Okay, everybody. So if you're about the money, please, can you just wave your hands? Okay, so if I say NexHub, can you say dollar in every home? NexHub? If you are our online audience, please, I want you to type dollar in every home in your chat box. NexHub? Indeed, we cannot say thank you enough to every person that has made this summit happen. Every single person. I want to say thank you very much for making the Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025 happen. And moving on, we are going to once again welcome Dr. Victor Ayere, PhD, to tell us why this summit matters. We've heard so many things, but we now want to hear from him, the Obonge of all Babas, to tell us, sir, why does this summit matter to we as Gen Zs, to we as millennials, to every youth and young person seated here? Please, a round of applause as we make welcome Dr. Victor Ayere. A round of applause again, because we need to see him. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so while we wait for Dr. Victor Ayere, this, again, he's going to be speaking on why the summit matters. You've heard the Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025 with the theme Unlocking Export Potential, Youth as Drivers for Economic Diversification. So we want to know, why have you gathered us here? Why have you told us, come and listen to the Nex-Gen Export Summit? We've heard why NexHub so far. So now we want to know, is it really necessary for us to be here? Why should we be here? What problems are you trying to tackle? And what solutions are you bringing with the Nex-Gen Export Summit? A round of applause once again for him, please.
Hello, good morning, every youth out there. We also want to join the speakers that have spoken before me, whether a speaker or a moderator, you are now one of the speakers, to also shout, greatest Nigerian youth. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, wave your hand, because I can see you, but I don't know whether you're hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Victor Ayere. I have a PhD in international business. I am the Group Managing Director of Zinab Group, and I am the Chairman of the Nigerian Exporters Hub, NexHub. I am very excited to be here today to speak with Gen Z, such as I am. I don't know whether my red cap will now make me not to be qualified. If the red cap will make me not to be qualified, I would rather take down the red cap. Can I go ahead, please? Okay. I can see people begging me not to take out the red cap, but I am still a Gen Z like you. And therefore, I am here today to tell you why the summit matters. The Next-Gen Export Summit. Why does it matter? Why are we here? if you saw the advert I did, I said there was a song that was playing behind. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother what lies ahead. Will I be happy? Let me use this. Will I be rich? This is what she said to me. Hey, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be. Beautiful song. But I said, I have a problem with this song. I love the lyrics. I love the beautiful way it was sung. But the problem with that song is, what will be, will not be. No, I can assure you that. For instance, if you say what will be, will be. Don't plan to eat today. You won't eat. If you don't plan to eat, you will not eat. If you don't join this summit today to hear what we are talking about, you will not gain the knowledge. If you do not export, you will not earn any dollars. If you don't earn any dollars, I'm sorry for you, because for they that earn any dollars, I think we have a better edge than you that don't earn any dollars. So now let me go back to my slide and take it off from there. But before I do that, I want to especially thank the Minister for Youth. I want to say thank you for being part of this success. I want to say a huge thank you to the executive director, in fact, starting from the managing director, the Nigeria Export-Import Bank. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the executive director, business development, Honorable Stella of the Nigeria Export-Import Bank. Also, you will be hearing from her shortly, not immediately after my speech. Then I want to thank every other person out there, and especially the president of Nasima, Otumba, Kelvin Oye. I want to say thank you for being part of NexHub. Now, why are we here? You are not the future. You are actually the force behind it. I want to ask, if for any reason you refuse to do something about having dollars in your pocket tomorrow, what will happen in another 2 years? What will happen if you are not part of this export summit? If you don't learn about wealth creation, that is naira, dollar, pounds, you add it to where you can earn. In fact, you don't have to be in America to earn all this money. You do not have to even say China. Where am I speaking to you from now? I am in the land of Burkina Faso. Ouagadougou, that is their capital. What am I doing here? I am still here for you. To open the way that has to be. What is it that we can take from the land of Burkina Faso? What can we do with the Burkina base to see how we can move goods from this place to maybe China or any other place? As I live here, I will go to Niger Republic. Why am I in Niger Republic? Some of those lands that you think, they are too, I don't go to such places as Gen Z. Man, that could be where the secret is. If you check, Dangote, before he started doing refinery, was selling pepper, Dangote salt, Dangote sugar, Dangote Indomie, Dangote. Why don't they say Dangote real estate, Dangote oil and gas, Dangote? He started somewhere trying to push your product, all the product they have everywhere. So what am I saying? You can export from Nigeria. You can export from Niger. You can export from Burkina Faso. You can export from Chad. You can export to all the countries I've also talked about. So, why we are here is to see that you do not make the mistake that our past leaders have made. You do not make the mistake that our past, our mothers, our fathers, and even some of us that are within this age bracket have made. They knew nothing about export. And we want to be sure that in your days, you will earn in naira, you will earn in dollars, you will earn in yuan, Chinese currency, you will even earn in sefa, you will earn in any currency you choose to earn, because life is a choice. If you want to earn in all these currencies, it's a choice. So, my next slide is saying, go to the next slide, please. My next slide, what am I saying there? You are seeing the various persons like you that have exported and in dollars, and they are better off for whom they are today. So I have, okay, let me go to the very next slide. We hustle hard, but global trade barely knows our name. So we are hustling. But we are not taking our goods out of this country. It is important that you take your goods out of Nigeria. What are you selling? Is it idea that you have to sell? Is it something material that you have to sell? Is it software? Is it craft? What is it that you have to say? We want to guide you on how you can take it outside here. You have the idea, you don't have the access. We want to guide you on how you can have the access. Even we can also say we are rich in talent but poor in opportunities. The opportunities is what we are bringing your way today. Therefore, if you have never been prepared before, in fact, I would want to say congratulations, because being here today is already a major step towards you being one of those persons that can have dollars. Now, you will remember, United Nations, that's UNCTAD, said 65% of Africa e-commerce is youth-driven. And you are one of the youth. The question is, you that is listening to me today, are you one of those 65% of Africans that are involved in e-commerce? If you are not one of them, what can you do to be one of them? Now, the first thing you need to do is to learn, which is why we are here. I will not forget to let you know, aside all that I'll be speaking to you today, the Nigerian Exporters Hub is there to guide you on number one, how to export, what to export, where to export, and they will show you the way on how you can get customers for what you intend to export. So, that said, under the creative capital, that's music, film, fashion, over $1 billion was earned in 2024. And they were powered by Young Nigeria. That is basically what we can do as a country. So we are saying, is this share butter that you have? Is this software that you have to sell? Is it local craft that you have that you want to sell out? Whatever it is that is made by Nigeria, you should be one of the crowd taking these goods out there to the international market. Your TikTok, that's global marketing for you. What are you doing with it? You are just watching others? You are watching others make dollars. What is it you too have to share? What is your WhatsApp for? Is the WhatsApp for hustling? The network on your phone, the internet on your phone, what is it for? Is it just to watch funny people talk, then you laugh, and you are there all day. No, it shouldn't be all about that. And that's the reason why we are here, to let you know whatever that is that you have to offer, the world is ready to learn from you. The world is ready to watch you if it is online for you to make the little dollars, or you export for you to make whatever it is out there. We want to tell you to be like Oyi Egbeyemi, just 26 years old. According to the future that happened in BBC News Pidgin, it said that £10,000 per month is what he's getting from the export of plantain chips to UK and US. Why couldn't that be you? If it wasn't you or if it is not you, can it be you? The answer is yes. If we take plantain chips, dear youth, what do you need to do? Is it not to buy plantain, peel it, slice it, fry it in a hygienic way? You package it and send out. You are not the one to produce the nylon. That nylon, the pack, is just for you to know who is doing that. They're in Lagos, they're in Kano, they're in Abuja. It's not your duty. Packaging. But just know that the plantain chips can fetch you dollars. We also saw David, just 24 years old. He says 3D acts to Dubai hotels. They now place it in various hotels. That's where he's making money from. And that one was featured on CNN African Voices. Wouldn't that be you? If it wasn't you yesterday, if it is not you today, we want it to be you tomorrow. What is that thing that you have that can drive you to earning in dollars? Should we also go to the high heaven? So if we take, for instance, that one, he exports honey to France. That's the one that NDPC used as their case study in case study 342. Now, you need to think, what can I do to be one of those youths earning in dollars? If I did not earn dollars yesterday, can I earn dollars today? If for any reason I didn't earn dollars today, I must not any dollar, I must not miss any dollars tomorrow. So it shouldn't be an excuse. There shouldn't be any excuse for you. What can you make? What can you do? What can you say? We need you to be able to do a quick skill. Just see, is this skill that you have or the product that you have? Audit them. You need to think within you. What do I have to produce? What do I have to make? To enable me, that is, I would say you think local within you and ask yourself, how do I now sell it globally? So my next hub team will say, think local, sell global. Is it Ankara that you have to sell out? Is this Zobo design that you want to send out? The Zobo that you made that you want to send out? Is it hibiscus? Is it anything? Okay. Even if it is dance, you can dance. Let's leave that now. Just dance. Let somebody video you with your phone. Post it. All they need from you, get 1,000 likes. Abba, you can even gather people now to even join and make you hit that 1,000. Nothing is impossible. So you need to go tap into the Nigerian Exporters Hub IQ. That their depot where they have all the knowledge that you are looking for to export. They have it. If you join them, the questions you need to ask, you will not have any need to be wondering who will I ask. You will have the NexHub out there to guide you. Therefore, get mentorship, get funding support if it is guidance that you need, because you are hearing us talk about NexHub. We went to Nigerian Exporters Hub in Lagos commissioning the MD of NexHub Bank. The MD of NexHub Bank was there. And we are saying Majority of our event that we have had, we have seen Nex-Gen executives there. Today, we are telling you the executive director in charge of business development will be here. Why are they here? Why are they involved in what we are doing? They want to see how you can become an exporter, how they can give you money. You are a Nigerian. You are a Nigerian. The bank is called Nigeria Export-Import Bank, Nex-Gen. They want to see how you can come to them. They are waiting for you. The money is there at 9%. So NexHub can guide you on how you can be an exporter. Where money is the issue, we can also give you small hints that will enable you benefit from the Nex-Gen the way we have benefited. So you need to start small. You need to start smart. Partner with a friend where necessary. Then you document your journey. And I can assure you, you will never regret it. Now, the question is, what do you have to start with? What do you know that you have to say? What can you build from where you are? Whether you do any of this or think about any of this, one thing is sure. The world is not waiting for you. Therefore, you too should not wait for the world. If you waste the entire year, this year you say, I'm not doing anything. Some people will do something anyway. So I want to say congratulations again, because at least you are here. There are people not here. And if you check what they are doing, they are just watching others. What they posted online, they are watching it and they are laughing. They are not asking themselves, what is it that me too I can do? What can I do with the phone that's in my hand? What can I achieve with the knowledge that I went to school to learn? That's a very vital point that is important that you know. And I want to say, as I started with that beautiful song, and I said, the future is what you make out of it. The best way to predict the future has been said. It's by you creating it. Maybe the English I'm speaking is too much. What that thing is just simply saying is, why, okay, where do I want to be in the next 5 years? Do I want to be a rich man? The music, the song I sang is saying, Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. No, I can boldly tell you, no. What will be, will not be. If you go there, that song is saying, you go to the farm. It's farming season now. Rain is falling. You clear the land. After clearing the land, you even use hoe, maintain the land very well. Everywhere is looking smooth. Then you look at the farm. The farm now represents your future. The farm represents you. In this my scenario, the farm is you. You have cleared the farm and you are looking at the farm. You put your hand right on your waist and you are smiling, happy with yourself. You say, now that I have cleared the land, now that I am alive, now that I've cleared the land, what will be, will be. This land will generate things. Your mates are planting corn. Your mates are planting yam. Your mates are planting ginger. Your mates are planting egusi. Some are planting okra. Some are busy weaving something. Some are busy doing skits. Some are busy doing things. You looked at your future, you say what will be, like that land that has been cleared. Do you know what will grow there since you refused to plant the corn? Your guess is as good as mine. Weeds will grow there. They will grow there. There is nothing you can do about it. The weed will not just grow, rain will fall and fetter the weed to grow more. Can you just imagine a farmer that clears the land rather than planting corn? Say what will be, and the farm start growing. It will even germinate thorns and tissues. Then snakes will now go inside the farm because we are not maintaining it anyway. Where necessary, lion will even come there. That's the way your mind is. If you say what will be, the answer is no. What will be will not be. So what do you need to do to your mind right now? Like that farm, you need to plant the corn. What is the corn? These lessons you are taking today. This training you will be hearing today. This talk that you are hearing today. And that you will even hear tomorrow. You have started well. And I want to say congratulations again. However, don't stop there. You have learned today. Do you know? If not because I want to say it now, majority of you out there, including you, you, after this, you will feel so excited. Wow, the training was good. I felt challenged. What can I do after today, tomorrow? You will forget jokes. You will watch skit and smile and leave. I'm going to pray for you that when next you are watching that skit, may your mind be troubled to say, what is my own that I'm also making dollars from? When you are walking to wonder, because the skit is making you jobless, you must do something. I can see someone chatting what we be. No. 1,000 times no. The person also said 1,000 times no. He's chatting. Now, you need to write down, what do I need to do? Since if I don't plant on this fertile soil, the soil will grow weeds. What do I need to do? Now I know, I have learned. The next thing is, what is next? I will advise you. The next thing you must do is join someone that can handhold you. Someone that can show you road. It has been said, people know they show people road. We at NexHub, our duty is to show you road. If we want to charge you for this event, do you genuinely think 2,000 naira is what we need from you? Do people charge 2,000 naira to hold the event? We want you to just show commitment. We just want you to show commitment that I am willing to learn. We could have even said 100 naira. It is not your money that we need. We just need your attention. Therefore, after this time, I'm taking time because the next speaker will be landing soon. The person is on board. She's on board. But can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right, thank you. I don't know. Okay, yeah, thank you. So, what was I saying? Now, it's time for you to join the team that will handhold you. The Nigerian Exporters Hub team that will handhold you. Sometimes they tell you, wait, don't export now. When they say don't export now, please don't export now because you may export and maybe you will make loss. It's possible sometimes if you are not guided. Because if dollar is 1,007, before your goods come, it's now 1,500. You may make loss. So we can even tell you not to export. That is enough for you to pay for. Don't export. Then we can tell you export to this place, to that place, or to that place. Or these are commodities that you can export. I can see someone is saying this is a huge one and it's a call for action. A call to action. Yes, it is, please. So join the team that can handhold you. Join the team that can guide you. After joining the team, you will now ask yourself, what do I need to do next? What can I export? What is within my reach? What is within me here that I can export? By the time you check that, you will now see that you actually have a lot around you, both in your head, or I say in your mind, both in what you can see, and sometimes what you can hear. Even sometimes what you can taste, what you need to export, they are around you. So why wouldn't you rather export? So you have started learning. Don't be like the farmer that cleared the land and say what will be, will be. The best way you need to predict your future is by creating it. You need to create your future, else weeds will grow. When weeds grow, snakes will come there, scorpion will join. Then it will turn to forest. By then, you have started begging money at old age. You will not know it's your inaction today that accumulated to what you have become at old age. I want to say thank you very much, NexHub team, for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I pray that going forward, that the Nigerian youth, they are moved, they are pushed, and they are carried and handheld to be able to become the best they can be in the future. By doing so, they will earn the dollars, become rich, and Nigeria will earn the foreign currency that we need dearly. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, a round of applause again for him. The best way to predict your future is by creating it. And if you know this summit is for you, please, a round of applause again for yourself. And one very striking thing that happened at the beginning of his speech was when he sang. I knew the chairman was a good people manager. He was good with business and all, but I never knew he had an inner Davido in him. And he began to show his talent, and I was like, oh, wow. And as a proud Davido fan, I was surprised. Please, a round of applause again for him. So I want to give special shout out to our online fans, Olufemi Ajayi from Ogun State. A round of applause for them. Blessing from Ondo State. Purity from Ogoja. Please, a round of applause, please. Abigail Oseni, Bamun, Gideon, Ifoma Chukura. Please, a round of applause for them. Thank you very much. You are the reason why this summit matters. And we've heard a whole lot from what has happened today. The Nigerian Exporters Hub is here to guide you on what to export, how to export, where to export, and we also guarantee you market access. So as a little giveaway for our online fans, if you can tell me when the Lagos branch of the Nigerian Exporters Hub was opened, we have something, a special giveaway for you, airtime that will leave you wow, this coming for you. So just drop it in the comment section. When was the Lagos branch of the Nigerian Exporters Hub opened? And for us seated here, we know there's, as Gen Zs, we like to be fit, we like to look pretty, we like to look cutesy and very demure. So please, can you all rise as we do a little thing just to keep us fit and energetic and happy? Please, can we rise? This is the Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025. And if you know you are happy to be here, please, a round of applause for yourself. I know we've all heard a lot, and in order to keep fit, I want us to just do a little thing just to shake our bodies. So I would say our head, my shoulder, my knees, and my toes. We must keep fit. This race is not to the swift. Please. Oh yeah, 1, 2, go. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. So we're going to do it very cutesy and very lovely, So we're going to touch our heads very, very nice. 1, 2, go. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. A round of applause for yourselves, please, as you take your seats. Please take your seats. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have not forgotten our slogan just to keep us pumped because this is all about Gen Z's Next-Gen Export Summit. So when I say NexHub, you say dollar in every home. NexHub, you are not giving me the energy that I need. You are Gen Z's. NexHub, please, our online audience, you are also a part of this. So when I say NexHub, I need the energy. NexHub. We are going to take that again. When I say next hub, dollar in every home. I know you people don't like money as much as I do. Next hub.
Dollar in every home.
Thank you very much. So up next for our
Oh,
next
that's
speaker,
okay.
we are bringing on board a very beautiful woman. Somebody who is coming with the beauty and the brains. Somebody who has trained SMEs. She is a CEO of her own business. And if you're a woman here, you should be challenged as well as the men. Please, a round of applause. A round of applause that we have women who are making waves and building these things. So for our next speaker, we have Mrs. Kafilat Abimbola Ayeni Oloyede. I need to call it well because when we go to international stages, when they say Precious Akpabe, you have to call the names well. We have Mrs. Kafilat Abimbola. Please, a round of applause for her, please. She is the CEO Binkaf Palace Nigeria Limited, and she's coming to talk on smart packaging and branding, making Nigerian products stand out globally, as well as making yourself stand out globally. So please, a round of applause as we bring her up on stage today. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm on track with good morning. Let me start on existing. I don't know if everybody can hear me, please. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much. My name remains Kafilat Abimbola Yenyoloide, founder CEO Bimka Palace Nigeria Limited. Let me stand on all existing protocols, and I want to use this medium to tell the chairman of Zealand Foods that sincerely, I never knew you were a good singer. And I'm going to follow the trends to make sure I create a song for every time I want to have a speech. But I'm also going to say, he has said so many things this morning that is a slogan I've been using in 2025, which is key, follow who no road. Forget the road where where they give you money. Follow the road where they give money. If the person say na corner be your road, and say light there at the end of the tunnel, follow who no road. It is a slogan that has been working, and it is now time for us to pronounce the slogan for everybody to hear. I don't know if my slides are ready, but I'm someone that usually don't follow my slides. So you pardon me if I speak the way it comes from my heart, because I want to believe the originality is from the heart. Are the slides ready, please? Or should I just continue talking?
Yes, they are, ma'am.
All right, I'll be waiting when you put it on. Can I go ahead, please?
Yes, ma, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, so let me give you a brief background of what we do. We're into food processing. We do agro-food, completely processed food from Nigeria. And we also package. And to God be the glory, we've been able to successfully package Nigerian food differently to different parts of the world. And successfully, we've been doing this. And it's been an amazing thing seeing that people have started understanding Nigerian food in different dimensions. Not the usual way everybody understands it. Let me first of all tell you this session that I want my session to be interactive. I want us to communicate. I want us to talk. I want us to learn together. That is why we are all following Uno Road. First and first, what is very important in packaging for exports, trying to make sure your product stand out globally. It's how do people see your product? How do they even understand what you do as a person? What do they see when they see your product? Do they just see a made in Nigerian product that you just packed in bags and is ready to sell? or just by seeing it, they know that this is a definition of quality because it defines a lot of things, makes you different, makes you stand out, and makes you sellable without having to say so much. That's number one thing I want us to know in terms of processing food for export. I also want us to know this morning that the easiest way for us to enter into the export market is to be able to package and brand our products differently. We as everybody brand and package their products outside the country. What makes you different that wants to make somebody patronize something that they regularly patronize? What makes you a different person in the market? What is the conviction you want to give someone without opening your package, without seeing your product, that you are standing out different from what they've been buying in the market? What do you want? If that thing is your packaging, that thing is your packaging, please. That thing is your packaging because what defines you is how you present your product. Because the presentation of your product speaks volume. I can see there is only one slide where my name is the sliding. So let me just be helping myself slide myself. Please, I don't know if you can take us to slide 3, since we're not in slide 2. So I'm in slide 3 right now. Basically, one of the things that Africa generally, if you look at the global market, the landscape of the global market, we are only contributing 3% of the global trade. And Nigerian products often face rejection due to packaging and branding lapses. How do you want to make yourself different? How do you want to make yourself different in terms of packaging, in terms of branding? How do you want to make yourself different? What is that thing that you're doing that will make you different? Have you thought of packaging your product ready for export differently? Because at Binka Palace, what we do generally is when we want to work with a client, because we do contract manufacturing a lot. When we want to work with a client, the first thing we try to understand is what is needed in your country. What are the best sizes that people want to purchase, people want to buy? What is that thing another African country or other country is doing right that is making them think that Nigerian cannot do or will not be able to meet the standard? Personally, I try to do one thing. I tell people I do the word I seek clients. When I say I seek clients, meaning I go for client hunting. And when I go for client hunting, at the same time, I do what is called I do market research, understanding what is this African country doing differently that is making them sell more than what we as in Nigeria what we're selling. Because sincerely, in the export world, the Nigeria share for me is the lowest in terms of other countries. And we have what it takes for us to be the giants of Africa we call ourselves. We shouldn't just be giants by mouth. We should be giants in terms of sales. We should be giants in terms of everything we do. And sincerely, I must confess to you, we don't actually, our space that we occupy is so little and minimal that is insignificant to the world. And everything you go to the shelves and stalls of any part of the world you go to, what you see more is that you see these are things that leave the shelves of Nigeria, repackaged somewhere else, or rebranded somewhere else, giving it a better name. And because they believe that things that come out of Nigeria are adulterated or one thing or the other, the trust is not there. Or because they believe that Nigerian packaging is substandard. But the time has come for us to change the narrative. And we are already changing the narrative. For the whole of 2024, 2023, what we've been doing in terms of our product is smart packaging. We've been doing things that's my next slide, please. We've been doing things that we call it smart packaging. The things that we're doing right, that will make you know that this particular product, where it's coming from, everything you need, everything you want, all your information are things that you will get so easily. It's function. We let you see that this the freshness of our product. We ensure the safety of the product you're buying from us. You could actually have other intelligence in your product. The QR codes you use, explaining details of your temperatures or how you process your product. In products, I was telling someone yesterday that people who sell what's it called, cosmetics now, They try to market their product on their brand. You want to buy something, and everything you need that will convince you to buy that thing is already on the packaging. Communicating to your client without having to see the content is what we are also doing. I want you to buy my spice and be convinced that that spice you're consuming is 100% natural, 100% free from any form of chemicals, and it's edible, safe for you to eat. These are the narratives we are changing at BIMCAP. How have you? What are you doing about your branding? Branding. What are you doing about your branding? You need to start knowing that branding beyond the logo. You need to start telling stories, not just about putting your logo. Tell a story that will sell your product. Tell a story that will tell people the reason why they have to buy your product. I was telling someone, I was in Dublin sometime 2023, 2022 or so, 2022, and I wanted to buy water. And I picked up the bottled water, and there was a storyline on the water. And I'm forced to buy that water because of the story. In short, I brought the bottle to Nigeria. Why? Because it just amazes me that just because you want me to drink water, you are explaining the effort it took for the water to come out of where it came out from, for everything you put into it to make it what it is. And you're telling me how long when it got into the bottle, the hand that carried it carefully to be able to do this before it is not carefully packaged in a box. Imagine you telling me a story just because you want me to drink water. I'm not talking about snack. I'm saying water. That there are a lot of water. And trust me, every time I go back to the store to buy water, I have to buy that water. Why? Because it just amazes me to see that they could make this effort to package water. Don't forget what did they do? They said a story to me that was sellable and convinced me beyond reasonable doubt that if I'm drinking that water, I'm adding more, and I'm actually changing a lot of people's life because they actually put a certain amount from their profit that actually goes into the needy, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my God, how do I tell a story on my product that will make it different? If you buy my coconut flakes in Nigeria, it's plain, no story. If I export my coconut flakes out of Nigeria, I tell you the story of how it is carefully selected from coconut. We carefully peel out the skin. From peeling out the skin, we carefully handcrafted this coconut flakes before it is carefully baked by women. You can imagine the story I'm giving just because I want you to empathize with my product, the effort the women have put in the product to be able to sell, and some profit proceed goes into BIMCA's helping hands to be able to help people in my country, less privileged, blah, 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 which you're doing. And I must tell you the truth. This thing works when you tell a story. Storytelling does not work for us as a country. When I tell a story and I put that product on the shelf, me, your sister, may not take your product to read the story. But because I have understood what storytelling is, and I know how important it is in abroad for you to tell a story to be able to sell a product, it is important for you to know that you could tell a story to be able to sell your product. Okay. Another major things we need to identify in our product branding is cultural identity. I am a deeply rooted Nigerian, and I don't take it as a joke in anything I do. I try to let you know how important and what makes my product as a Nigerian product different from any product you're buying. I tell you why Nigerian ginger is the best and because of the soil. If I am giving you my purple onions from Nigeria, I tell you the story why my purple onion from Nigeria is better because of the potency of the onion from Nigeria. I also tell you the reason why you should patronize my spices that are produced from Nigeria because of the originality and the nature of the way the product is being produced. These things help you to sell your product. And if you go to my product that I brand for people abroad, number one thing I market to them is how I want my Nigerian logo to be in front. Because my clients told me, why do Nigerians like to hide their logo behind? I said, what do you mean? He brought a package. He said, did you see this from Ivory Coast? Where is the logo? I said, in front. Don't hide. You are a Nigerian. Talk about Nigeria. I said, that's why I was about telling you that I don't want my made in Nigeria here Can we put made in Nigeria up here? Because that's how I put my made in Nigeria. And he was proud. You need to be able to make come into your put yourself in your brand. Tell the story that will sell your country positively. Sorry. So apart from just labeling your product, apart from message through your product, you need to also you're showing a wrong slide. Actually, the slide I am is branding beyond the logo. You need to make your product you need to make your product known. There are case studies of Nigerian products that have gone globally. The likes of Sheer Moisture is a Nigerian sheer product of different types, and she has gone globally successfully. You can also do that. You can, if you see her packaging, the way at which she communicates through packaging, the way at which she gives quality through her packaging, you will understand what I'm trying to explain in terms of quality, in terms of giving the right information about your product. Are you export ready? That's my next question. Element of export ready packaging. Are you, as a person, thinking of starting a product? Do you intend to be an exporter? What are the things you know that they must be on your products that you want to export? What are the most important information? Please, can we go to that slide? Element of export ready packaging. Please, that particular slide. I don't know if you can hear me. That particular slide. Element of export ready packaging. Please, that particular slide. Because you need to have the information you need on that particular slide. It is important that you're not there yet. I don't have access to slide myself. Please, can you go to that particular slide, please? Hello, can someone, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, we are. There's a
But you're
network
not
lag,
moving
so
the
we are already
slide.
there. Network lag.
Okay, okay.
Can just continue.
If you want to do export ready packaging, you must know that there are certain information that you need to put on your packaging. Certain information, the durability of your duration of your product, safety of your product, the kind of packaging material you use. Are you using eco-friendly material? This is when you go abroad. You realize that they tell you that their packaging materials are biodegradable. They tell you a lot of information on the packaging. You could actually, they will tell you what that waste from your packaging material the packaging material is being used for. Are you also putting your ingredients must be properly stated, because there are some countries that the level of their allergen is very, very enormous. And if you don't put the right ingredient and the right information, and you pass the right information, it could totally destroy the brand you're trying to create. Just that mere mistake. The compliance you need to have in terms of export. Are you exporting to United States of America? FDA is very paramount. Is your product NAFDAC registered? Do you have HACCP? Do you have ISO? And do you have barcodes for your product? Barcodes are for individual products. You can't use one barcode for all your products. But scanning your barcode alone can define what you're doing. Can tell them when they scan one barcode of your product. If you scan it online, it will tell you what other products you produce if you buy the right barcode. So you have to be able to do it right. You have to buy a universal barcode that is available worldwide, not just a barcode, but that barcode that can serve you anywhere you go. What are the fonts that you're using? What are the layouts that you want to use? What are the attractive colors that you know you should use in your packaging? When you see some kind of spices, the effort they made in putting tiny big bottles of turmeric, and you see I think they spend, what's it called there? I think it's euro. And you see €4, you'll be wondering, I don't understand. 20 gram, €4. Why? How much will I say, do we sell this in Nigeria? Trust me, they've given it every reason for you to be able to buy €4 on the packaging. And you see yourself buying it €4, not knowing that it is just the turmeric you are used to. But what? They've told you so many things that has made you to fall in love with the packaging. They've given you packaging that is standing out. If I travel and I bring in bottles, sometimes my children laugh at it. Salt container, salt that you know. I look at it and I say, oh, this is so attractive. Can't we just make our salt like this in Nigeria in peace? I will bring the bottle home and be checking and be analyzing. I hardly eat things and I don't bring empty container, empty pouches back to Nigeria. But what am I trying to do? I want to just understand what they are doing differently that we cannot do. That is my number one target. And by the time I was able to understand that the major thing they do is to be able to give it a defined color, a defined design, a very simple font. That from the point that I'm seeing the product, this is what I want. Before I now get to what brand it is, can this serve what I want? What have I written on my packaging that I can easily communicate with my buyer? Have I really communicate without opening my mouth? Have I communicate without spending so much to be able to do advert? Yes, I have. There are some basic tools we can also use for small businesses. That basic tools we can use to penetrate markets. Affordable ones, like the use of Canva. You can use local designer. You can start your product by starting with one product. Because the greatest mistake we make as entrepreneurs is wanting to start with 25 products at the same time. When I started building BeamCam, as a youth corporate that I came into Abuja I came into this town 2006. When I started with only my pepper soup spice. And because I know that the time people will want to buy pepper soup more is during Ramadan. If I tell you that I don't produce until Ramadan period, and I will package it no name, I will sell. People can't find me again until they know that during Ramadan they will find out. Why? Because I was just very little and I was putting the little I know to be able to put it together. Gradually, I developed flair for coconut oil. And I developed it through my elder sister, who will always send down coconut oil for me whenever I needed it. Now, what am I trying to explain to you? I started very small. But at a time, because people would now start asking me for different products. By the time I now started getting known and having a brand, I saw myself sowing my hands in a lot of products I couldn't afford to develop. And it taught me a very daring lesson that anything you want to start, pick the best out of your product. Pick the best out of the one you have information about. Pick the best out of it. By the time you pick the best out of it, you will be able to build on it, focus on it, and by the time you focus on it, you'll be able to build a brand that will now sell the rest as they come up gradually. One of the things I will also say, and I like what NexHub is doing right now, is letting entrepreneurs know that there is a place you can lean on. There is a place that can lead you through the market. There is a place that can tell you, we know who you can sell to. Identify your product. Explain to NexHub, what is my product that I need to do? Try to them, let them understand that this is it. Let them help with perfecting what you have. And leverage on NEPC, BOI, SMIDAN on programs on training entrepreneurs. The fact that you have NexHub as your beck and call, practically up cheap, affordable 100%. Trust me, I feel by 2020, before the end of 2025, we'll be saying different things about Nigerian products, about Nigerian brands, and identifying us in the market, taking over the global market itself. I want to use this because I need to round up quickly. So I'm going to just take my next slide to the last part of it. And I'm going to let you know that one of the greatest things I've experienced in terms of, I'm using myself now as a case study, in terms of exports, is that I've been able to make sure consistency in terms of quality is my watchword. My clients ordered something from me last year, and the highest carton he ordered was 3 cartons. Some were 1 box, some were 2 and 3. I felt very bad because I flew all the way to Canada to get this client. And we only sent less than 100 boxes. And I told myself, okay, fine, no problem. By the time that container arrived, the next order was 160 boxes. I was excited. My next order was 420 boxes. As I speak to you, I have 2,600 2,600 and something boxes to deliver to the same person. Why? Because of one thing: consistency, quality. He boldly sent me a document yesterday and told me it is time to put you on the same pedestal with every other country we import from. Those were his words. He said, "You've given me no reason not to pair you with them, because in terms of quality, you're giving me what I want. In terms of consistency, you're giving me." We do the packaging, we do everything. We make sure every detail he needs, he gets it. Anything we cannot do because of where we find ourselves, Nigeria, that a lot of restrictions are holding us down, I immediately communicate to him, this cannot be done, but this can be done. Then you can sort it out where you have, blah, blah, blah. And it has been working. So I will advise you as an intending exporter who has found a place to lean on. We didn't get this opportunity coming up. We made so many mistakes. We did so many wrong investments. In short, I tell people we failed so woefully, but yet we find ourselves correcting ourselves, trying to grow. You are in a place that you can lean on. Try as much as possible to listen. Start small to be able to grow gradually. The easiest way to make money in life is not to plan to waste money, is to plan to reinvest your proceeds wisely. And luckily for you, you have a place to lean on. So, call to action: think beyond the product, invest in branding, collaborate, seek knowledge, innovation. Let Nigerian product command premium value globally. It is very important. Your packaging speaks before your product. It is tested. Let's speak success. We need to learn how to speak success. The only way you can speak success when you talk is when you have been able to tell yourself that you're doing right. This is just beyond you as a person. It is the brand you're building. It is the face behind the brand that wants to get a reorder. If you think it is a one-time business that it doesn't matter to you, you will never become a full container exporter. You will always send 10 to 20 boxes. But if you know the future for your brand is to take you to a place where export is important for you and your intention is to go global, then consistency should be the key word. Last but not the least, follow who know road. NexHub no road. Oh. Tie your knots with them. Oh. Don't let them leave you. As they waka, they follow them. The good thing is that they are working on the soil that their footprint is showing. Follow them step by step to help you grow. Thank you very much. And I hope this is going to go a long way for most of us youth. Thank you so much.
A round of applause. She deserves better. She deserves better. She deserves better. Thank you. Thank you. I am super sure that we have taken the notes. This very segment is very critical and key. I see it as one of the most wanted because yes, we want to export, but where are the funds to do the export? But she is coming with another dimension to say, hey, it doesn't have to go in containers, it does not have to be all big. You can start up with a small carton, a 5 kg carton, a 20 kg carton, a 50 kg carton, and you're good. You know, so I am sure that we've all taken our notes. For those who would want practical hands-on training, because I'm following up on the social media response, I'm seeing a lot of you saying we want hands-on training, hands-on training. We are going to give you the number so that you can be able to call and connect to us. Go to the Nigerian Exporters Hub platform, www.nigerianexportershub, and then you will see all that you need to, information that you need to get to connect us for your practical training. Yes, the very moment that we have all been waiting for is here. Again, it is one of my best or highlights for this session today. The next speaker coming on board is one who, when you meet her, you can never return the way you went. we usually will hear it in church. Oh Lord, when I go to church today, help me that I may not return the same way I came. Now, this woman is a typical and a practical example of this statement. Each time I make contact with her, she leaves me challenged, she leaves me inspired, and she leaves me wanting to become more and to do more in life. And she's coming on board to address us all on turning local treasures to global gold, strategies for exporting talent and services. She is no ordinary woman. She is our mommy in the export sector. One who, she commands attention. One who is she's very selfish. When it comes to the issue, she carries it as if it is her father's thing. Why won't Nigeria progress in non-oil exports? Why are we not doing more? The last time she saw me, she said to me, an MD, I am not happy that we are where we are. You know, I don't like it. Let's explore. Let us open more export destination. Why do we want to keep ourselves only to China and the Far East region? Can't we do explore other countries? The global stage is available, is open for everybody to come in and do business. So let's look into that. Attend more exhibitions. You know, she is very, very, very interested in building youth in non-oil export. I am talking of no other person than the Executive Director, Business Development, Nex-Gen Bank, Honorable Stella Okotete. A round of applause as we bring her on board to unleash to us this morning what she has for the youth. Thank you. Let's clap for her, please. Technical team, do we have her yet? Okay. Let's take the testimonial video while we have her join us. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Igwaba Anthony Paul, and I'm a member of NexHub platform. I will be exporter. I feel achieving being a member of NexHub platform. It's a wide opportunity that a lot of people have been looking for, and I am very, very privileged to be part of these few ones who are now holding the key at my hands. I really, really feel great and achieving for being a NexHub member. I've learned quite a lot of about exports since I've joined. My first fear was, what will the person export, or where am I even exporting to? Who is even who do I know that I'm even exporting to? Of course, in the business sector, you have to have customers before you start talking about selling out. So doing export, I really sit down one time to think and calculate the cost. How will it be taking me to do export over the board, whereby I don't even know any people around? But,
okay, that has been resolved. We were losing sound. I think she's right here now. So permit me, let's with a round of applause, let's welcome on board the Executive Director, Business Development, Nex-Gen Bank, Honorable Stella Okotete. You're welcome, ma. Glad to have you join us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe it's afternoon already, or is it still morning? Okay, it's morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm highly elated to be with you and amongst you today. I'm also excited to speak to you about the opportunities in the non-oil export space. As a Nigerian, I'm proud that Nigeria is richly blessed with lots of potentials, opportunities, and products that are highly demanded for across the world. A speaker recently once said that the problem with our country today is not just about government or the people, but because we're not actually making use of the opportunities and potential that the country has. And I think that job is for all of us, the citizens of this country, to do. And that's why whenever I'm invited to gatherings like this, where we have people who are deliberate about creating wealth, not just for themselves, but also creating job opportunities for our people, our teaming youths, our women. I'm excited, and I always love to be part of the conversation. Today, I'll be talking to you about the opportunities we have across 4 cardinal sectors: manufacturing, agriculture, solid minerals, and services. In Nex-Gen Bank, we call it the mass agenda. This is because across all 4 sectors, you have great opportunities, great potentials that can actually turn people overnight from thousandaires or hundredaires to billionaires. We've had testimonies in my 8 years as executive director of the bank of people who started small, but today they are global. And one thing export does to you is that it makes you global, because once you start exporting, you are actually taking Nigeria from Nigeria to the world, to wherever destinations your product is going to. For example, today, sorry, please, I got cut off by the network. Today, Nigerian cocoa in high demand, and a metric ton of cocoa beans locally is selling for about 11 million naira now. And the market is selling for over 8,000 US dollars thereabout. If you do the plus and minus, you see that just from the export of 1 metric ton of cocoa, you're actually making up to 1 million naira profits from just 1 metric ton of cocoa. That's just one product. So we'll talk around agriculture. Let me start from agriculture, because that's where we have, huge potentials from almost all our products. Name it from cassava, which you can add value to cassava flakes, cassava powder, to ethanol, to industrial starch for exports. You can also talk about soya beans. Today, with what's happening in China and US, the trade war, soya beans export from Nigeria is expected to take, lead in our exports commodities in the next couple of months, because it's highly cheaper to export soya from Nigeria to China than to export from the US, because of the tariffs of the current world leader, Donald Trump. What might ignore some of these global trade informations and, are looking for what else to do within their space. So if you're thinking of what commodity can I invest in as we speak today, you can grow soya 3 times a year in this country, depending on your region. It takes 3 months for gestation. So soya is another product that is in high demand. Then you have sesame seed, which is also widely exported. I think Nigeria currently is on the top 3 exporting nations, highest exporting nations for sesame. We're also doing very well in cashew processing, cashew kernel exports. Beyond that, you have, and the beautiful thing about agriculture, especially export of agriculture, when you're adding value, is that there's no waste. Everything around it is exportable, from the shells, from the nuts to the shafts. If you're adding value, if you're crushing to oil, the soya cake is exportable. The cashew cake, what do you call it now? The sesame, you could process it to sesame cake for export. All of these things are in high demand, and Nigeria has them. So if you look at the 774 local government, which is something I had spoken to the organizers of these events to do, is that every local government, we should identify at least 2, 3, or 5 major exporters of products from each of the local governments. And with that, we are sure of employing tens of thousands, if not millions of young Nigerians to either play in the value chain or directly participate in export itself. So name it, from southern Nigeria, from palm oil to palm kernel cake to palm kernel oil, they are all in high demand. To southeast Nigeria, from cashew to cassava, high demand. Recently, I was talking to one of the governors, and he says, you know what, the Chinese are already in my state to start using our kaolin, process it for exports. That's solid mineral, so we'll get there under the mass agenda. But within every of the regions, the 6 geopolitical zones we have in this country, you have huge export potentials and opportunities that we are yet to utilize, totally utilize. We're still picking the crumbs. We're still gathering, the top. We can go deeper. We can go further into it. Why am I saying this? There are smaller countries that are exporting today, and their export volume is far, far higher than Nigeria. I'll give you a good example. One is Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is exporting cashew nuts today. What's the population of Ivory Coast? What's their land size? Compare it to Nigeria. If I just compare it to maybe, is it Delta and Edo and Ondo together, if you're in the south? Or compare it to just Borno, if you're in the north? Or compare it to Enugu and Abia, on Anambra, if you're in the southeast? Or in the southwest, compare it to only just Ogun State. That's just landmarks in some of these countries. Yet, Ivory Coast is exporting over 1 million metric tons of cashew, while Nigeria is still crawling in 250, about 250,000 thereabouts. So it tells you that when people say there's no work, there's no job. No, there are jobs, there are opportunities, but it's for us to now roll our sleeves and go into what can actually fetch us billions of naira, millions of US dollars. And with the devaluation of our naira today, the best way anyone can actually raise his head over waters in this country is when you're in export, because when you do the plus and minus, do your conversion, you'll definitely be earning more in terms of naira value than whoever is selling locally in the local market. And so I want to encourage you, if you're thinking of what to do when it comes to agriculture, let us think agriculture, farming of value addition for exports. If we do that, we'll definitely be making a whole lot from some of the commodities I've mentioned. We have granules, we have, our fruits. In Nex-Gen Bank, we recently supported a young man of about 35 to buy dehydrating plants to actually dehydrate fruits for exports to Europe. These are opportunities. Today, this young man is processing mangoes, pineapples, almost the crops that we grow locally here, and is exporting them. And so we'll go to manufacturing. Manufacturing is also another exciting space that Nigeria can actually take advantage of. For us at Nex-Gen Bank, we're encouraging our exporters to add value before they export. Value addition for us is key. Value addition is what can actually create more jobs, because we notice that when you export raw materials or you export raw commodities in its raw form, you're not just exporting the commodities, you're not just exporting the products we have in the country, you're also exporting the jobs. But when you add value to all of these commodities, you're creating jobs for our teeming youths. And so manufacturing, adding value to all of these products is something that creates employment for our people, and you earn more from value-added exports. Under manufacturing today in the bank, we have companies who are recycling solid waste, plastic waste, metal waste to wealth. It's the waste to wealth era right now in Nigeria. A whole lot of you drink plastic, you drink water, you buy plastic bottled waters, and after taking the content, you throw the plastic away. But if you notice, now when you throw it away, you have somebody rush up to that spot to pick it up. Why? Because we have people today who are processing those plastic into granulars, into fibers, into pellets. I'm exporting them to Europe, to Asia, and to the Americas. All of these, they are bringing in millions of naira, millions of dollars, billions of naira from the export of recycled plastic flakes. And this is creating jobs for our people, because now you have people picking, cleaning the environment, people sorting all of these cans, people washing these bottles, people packing the granulas, people even supplying it from the dump sites or from the aggregation points to the factories. All of these are indirect employments that you have created within the value chain. Another opportunity is also the wood. Yeah, people are taking wood dust into briquettes, which today is used in Europe due to climate requirements or sustainable development goals and objectives to warm or heat up their countries using the dust from processed woods. They turn them into briquettes, into charcoal flakes. Some of you who do chisha and all of that, those charcoals you see, don't be surprised that the raw materials for that charcoal was actually gotten from Nigeria, exported to one of these countries, and not produced or processed into the charcoal flakes that they use, or charcoal bars they use to either burn their shisha or to heat up their countries. We also have people who are recycling batteries, recycling the lead in batteries into lead ingots, and they're exporting. We have people who are exporting, processing used tires, which is already an environmental hazard. They're processing them instead of dumping them on the road or dumping them in bushes or dump sites. They're processing them into granulars, into industrial oil, into recycled tire bars, to also reproduce, tires and others. So these are opportunities in the manufacturing space. Today, we're also working with fast-moving consumer goods manufacturers. They are producing Indomies, they are producing biscuits, they are producing cornflakes, they are producing powder soaps, they are producing a whole lot, liquid soap, name it, anything usable can actually be produced in Nigeria and exported to the world. And remember, when we say the world is also Ghana. When we say exports, the world is also Chad. The world is also Niger. The world is also Cameroon. These are neighboring countries that also demand what we use or what we produce here, and we can actually export it to them. Yes, a whole lot of export is going to China, a lot is going to Europe and the rest. But Africa, free continental trade is also encouraging us to also export to some of these countries and, earn effects from the export, and also, reduce cost of trade within, or the burden of products within the African continent, and also the subcontinent of ECOWAS. So a whole lot of opportunities are there. And when we go to solid minerals, I'm sure a whole lot of you are not new to issues like, to products like lead, to zinc, to even precious stones, gold, rubies. A whole lot of these opportunities are there. A lot of these things are there. And now for the renewables, you have people doing lithium exports, coal. There are a lot of things that, Nigeria is blessed with. And that's why when I started the conversation, I said Nigeria is hugely blessed with natural resources, with human resources, with potentials, with products. For me, I said Nigeria is blessed with a whole lot of resources that can actually change the narrative of individuals as well as our country as a whole. And so, solid mineral space is one that we should look at. Today, we have people exporting mica. These are some glass plates that are found in some of these veins across Nasarawa, mica veins across Nasarawa, Kwara, Kogi, and all of that. People are exporting that. A lot of things, columbites, even up to the white granites. I have customers who are exporting white granites from Nigeria. processing them into granite slabs, and exporting to Europe, Asia, and to Dubai. So the opportunities are there, my brothers and sisters. And that's why I'm excited to speak to 94 very interested exporters or to-be exporters who want to take advantage of the opportunities and the blessings that Nigeria holds in store for all of us. And so when we go to services, we talk about the huge human capital resources that we have. The best craftsmen, the best musicians, the best entertainers, the best designers are all in Nigeria. So outside the raw materials and solid minerals and all agricultural produce that we have, Nigerians are blessed with innovation. We are highly innovative, from software developers to speech writers. All of these you can actually earn from the comfort of your home. You don't even need to be in America or go to Europe or to Spain. From the comfort of your home, you can earn US dollars, pounds, or CFAs from just one creative idea that you can actually put into use. And the e-commerce platform, from Facebook to Instagram to Alibaba to Amazon, and hopefully we hope to have Nigeria Baba soon, which we'll be unveiling, you can actually upload your product and sell to the world. Today, most fashion designers, and that's a mistake, market mistake they're making if you're a fashion designer today, and you have an order from US or UK for Nigerians in diaspora or friends of Nigerians or friends of Africa or Africa, heritage groups, Black Americans who think or believe that they're from Africa and they want your attire. Why charge them Naira? Charge them in dollars. In Naira, you might be selling it for 50,000 Naira for that dress. In dollars, you can still sell it for $50 and they will jump at you. And when you do your conversion, $50 into Naira, you'll be earning more than 50,000. So these are opportunities. We have people right now, we have sites online that they just require you to write a good speech, be a good speech writer. And for every speech you write, you're earning $30 per hour or $15 per hour. All of these things, when you put them together, that's export of services. And so the acronym between the MAS is manufacturing, agriculture, solid minerals, and services. We have people today who just do graphic designs. I have a friend in the UK that sources her graphics from Nigeria to either do her e-marketing or to do her e-cards or whatever she wants to do on her website from Nigeria. And that's because the Nigerian graphic man will charge her 50 times less than what she would get in the US at their own time. Because, they actually work per hour. So when you give the man a job to do for you per hour, and when he's done with the job, your 1 hour has gone. If you have to continue on that job, you have to pay for another hour. But the Nigerian graphic guy will just sit down seamlessly, do the design and send to them. And sometimes, painfully, they will charge maybe 20,000 for just one graphics. Or some cases, I've had cases where they will charge 10,000 for the graphics. But in the US, that graphics that you are charging 10,000 here, you can actually charge it for $10. You can charge it for $20. Calculate $20, that's 30,000. But people are doing same graphics and selling it here for either 5,000 or 10,000. And it depends on what you're doing. Some people want a college of 10. So if you put the 10, which you can do in a day, times maybe $20, that gives you $200. $200 will give you how much? Almost 300,000. With 300,000, that's some civil servants' 2 months salary. But you can actually make it a day from export of services. So we must look inwardly. We must get ourselves involved in all of these opportunities. Go on some of these websites, put it on your Google search engine. Graphic designers, freelance graphic designers, freelance this, you'll see it, speech writers, and you see that you can actually register and earn. I have another customer today that is actually the outsource group. What do? They are actually customer care providers for foreign-based companies from Nigeria. And this company actually works round the clock. So while some of us are asleep in Nigeria, some of our Nigerian brothers are waking up and resuming work at the outsource group because of the time differentials. And they use this to create jobs and opportunities for our people and also earn well. From the outsource group, they actually provide services for veterinary clinics, for legal offices and all of that, customer care services all around the world. And Nigerians are the ones carrying out these services on behalf of this group from Nigeria. They don't even need to be in the US anymore. Talking to you today now, I just got into Kano. I didn't need to sit in Abuja. From Kano, from the comfort of my phone, I'm in the car because I have a meeting. And I'm talking to you. That's how you can actually carry out your exports in terms of export of services. You don't need to be there. Just from the comfort of your phone, your mobile phone sometimes, or your laptop or your iPad, you can actually design your product. You can actually take picture of your dress and put on your Instagram page. And somebody will like it for $50 or $30, and you're earning dollars. But one of the mistakes that, especially for export of services, we make is that a whole lot of business owners do not know that there's an account called domiciliary account. When you have a domiciliary account, you can earn your dollars, you can earn your pounds, you can earn your euro, you can earn your CFAs with your domiciliary accounts. And so if you're hearing me today and you want to export whatever you are producing, be it liquid soap, be it beads, be it your beautiful African attire, be it the cap, that's also cap they wear here up north. It's highly looked for all over the world. They'll tell you that the Meduguri cap is one of the best in Africa. And so your African neighbors in Cameroon and in Senegal and the rest are looking for you. Remember, Nigerians used to go to Senegal to buy clothes. That's how they come to Meduguri now to buy that cap. And so you can actually export it from the comfort of your room or your home. Even if you're not the one doing it, you can go to Meduguri, buy it, and sell it online. Amazon today has made more millionaires than normal businesses all over the world. And most of the people selling on Amazons are not the producers anyway. They actually offtake from producers, put it on Amazon, and because it's easier and more convenient for people to buy online than to go to shops or markets overseas, they're actually buying from Amazon. And that's why we at Nex-Gen, we are supporting the establishment of e-commerce platform where we can actually have verified exporters to export their products, be it as wholesalers or as retailers of whatever products they are producing. So this originally, from my conversation, I'm sure I've been able to address to you or expose you to the opportunities that we have as a nation and as Nigerians to actually go into exports. I want to commend the organizers of this event because with informations like this, the Bible, I'm a Christian, the Bible says, you know, there's power in information, there's power in the word. That we get in the Bible, but in the business world, the word you get from real implementers or real direct exporters is what will help you know what to do or manage what you do in exports. For those who are Muslims, you will still agree with me that the more you read the Quran, the more involved you are in the religion, and the more aware, the more you are aware of what to do. There's a scripture that says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." May we not perish in Nigeria. May we not perish in our businesses because we don't know what to do. And so, but now we know what to do. All we need to do is to come together. Do what you need to do to upscale yourself, upscale your if you need to do mentoring, mentor people. If you need to learn from people, be a mentee to those who are already doing the exports. And in the space of 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, you know the integrity of what to do, and you know how to put yourselves together to be able to export. We are a bank, the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, and we are willing to fund exporters to export their products from Nigeria. But we can't fund everybody because you have to bring in a bankable business proposal. You have to show that you can actually make good use of these monies in terms of your bookkeeping, your financial statement as a business owner. If I throw it to you, how many people have audited accounts as business managers, entrepreneurs here today? I'm sure a lot of you will be looking at me. Some of you say you have your book ledgers. But your book ledgers will not suffice in today's world because the regulators have said that you must have at least a 3 years or a 3 months financial statement to be able to avail, to be able to draw down on availed loans or opportunities in the development financial institutions. So please keep your books, get auditors to audit your books. Then if you have a business idea, you have to put it into a feasibility study. Let's look at it. Let's see that it's bankable, it's profitable. Let's see that even if the global shock comes, either in 10%, 20, 30%, you can still be in this business to carry out the export. These are things that we look into or we look at. Another requirement from us at Nex-Gen Bank is that this is taxpayers' money. If you are not paying your tax, we can't give you the money. It's not because you're a Nigerian doesn't qualify you just like that. You have to be one that pays tax. Either you pay tax or you pay your corporate tax. And with that, you can actually now benefit from the pool funds that we are managing to carry out your exports. So paying tax is very important. A whole lot of us shy away from it. You have to start doing that for your small business so that when the time comes for you to have bigger opportunities or benefit from government interventions, from loans and all of that, you can actually, have that in place. Another basic requirement that we look at when we avail funds to you is that we want to see that you have a business history. You know what you want to do because this is money that you have to pay back. It's not a grant. It's not free. And if you do not have that basic requirement or you don't know what you want to do properly with it, it means that we are actually building you to be a debtor. And we do not want you to be a debtor. We want you to create sustainable businesses that will create opportunities and employment for people in line with our mandate. So we need to see that you have a management team that can actually manage the resources that will be made available to you. Above all, we need to see that you have an export contract because the export is not complete if it doesn't have a destination he's going to. And so when you know the demand, you need to ask the off-takers to enter into either a contract with you or a terms or an agreement with you, a sales agreement for you to carry out the exports. If you're going to be doing online e-commerce platform, we need to know and we need to see that you're a verified e-commerce retailer or Australia or whatever you are on those platforms. And with that, we can now look at the opportunities and the business proposal you're bringing before us to avail your monies. Our loans are at a single digit, 9%. That's what the government is giving to exporters to export. If you look at what is happening, NPR is 27.25 or 27.75% thereabout. But at Nex-Gen Bank, we are giving you this loan at 9%. You can't get it anywhere else across Nigeria. This is the cheapest facility you can get, loan facility, credit facility you can get. Beyond that, in Nex-Gen Bank, we also offer you free financial advisory services. To grow your business, we handhold you to give you the right information, give you business information, give you price information, so you go into this space well informed to carry out the business. Or when you have some hiccups or some challenges, we are there to guide you and navigate you and hold you through it. We also provide export guarantees and export insurance. These are instruments that you can actually use to guarantee funding, or you can actually use to safeguard your positions in carrying out your export. One of it, which is one of the highest risks, is payment risks. And so with your credit insurance, export credit insurance that we avail to you, we try to ensure that export from payment risks associated with refusals to make payments or political risks associated with some of these transactions, especially in volatile countries across the world. So it's something that we all must look into. These opportunities are not just stories. We have people, we have success stories. We have people who have done excellently well in all of this space. We have evidence. We have people who have moved from zero to billions. And I want to believe that from this kind of conversations, we should be having at least, if I'm seeing 97 people here, we should have nothing less than 30% going into export as soon as possible and joining the leagues of millionaires, billionaires that the country currently needs. Please do not, and I repeat, do not, because there are a whole lot of people now who are using export platforms to actually undo disaster to Nigerians. And I would advise that you must use verifiable platforms that you know have locations, and you have a team that you can actually touch, hold, and meet, in either helping you aggregate for exports before you carry out the exports yourselves. And I believe this platform here is training people to carry out export themselves, or training people to carry out the export as clusters and as group. We hope that they will do all that they have said, do it well, and join in building more billionaires and creating more job opportunities, which is very important, because if your neighbor is employed and is wealthy, you can also sleep well. So if we need to deal with the vices, the social vices we have in this country, we must encourage ourselves to look inwardly, to look into export. It's not so easy. Yes, you might have hiccups in terms of logistic challenges, port congestions, and all of that. But that's the beauty of business, because every business has its own hiccups. But once you are fixed on doing it, once you know how to go about it, you definitely come out successful. And there's no room for excuse, because on my books today, you have people living all the world, across India, America, Canada, Netherlands, coming into Nigeria to carry out these exports. And Nigerians are shouting, no work, government bad, this one, that. But people are leaving their same clients. Some of you want to Japa. People are leaving the Japa's destination to Nigeria to come and collect this gold mine, to come and collect these blessings that we have here that we are not seeing. So it's my prayer today that from this class, we would have testimonies from amongst you, people who will carry out these exports, people who would create opportunities for our people. Because for me, living this life is more about impact. And one of the biggest impact you can do is to actually create opportunities, create wealth for others. God bless you all. I'm open to just very few questions, maybe just one or two, because I have to rush for another meeting. Thank you. And thanks to the organizers for giving me this time to speak to you all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Please, a round of applause for her again. Honorable Stella Okotete is who she thinks she is. When she talks export, everybody listens. When you say value addition, she is indeed the value. A round of applause again. She has opened us up to know that there are opportunities, and it is left for you to key into this opportunity, make the most of it, and also utilize what is in your hand. Begin with it, start with it. So after all has been said and done today, we are bringing this conference to a close, and we hope that you have taken down one or two notes. We have been doing the talking, and now we want to hear from you. If you have questions, if you have comments just drop your comments, drop your questions in the comment section. We would love to hear from you. And for those who won our little quiz and giveaway, Mayokun on YouTube, please drop your number, as well as Jesse Leonard on Teams. We would love to. They were the winners of our quiz, our giveaway today. Please, a round of applause for them. Yeah, so please, we would love to have questions from our viewers and listeners online, Teams, YouTube. Please drop your questions. We would love to take them. Also, do well to follow us on all social media platforms, please. Do you have any questions? You can always unmute to take we can hear you, please.
Okay, I think Sammy Stella has a question. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. The ED is waiting to answer you. Sammy Stella, unmute and talk. Thank you.
Sammy Stella, are you there? Can you hear us? Okay, let's move to the next person. Felix Moses, can you hear us? Please go on with your question. Okay, so we will take the questions that we have via the chat box. Can't I export food stuff? Are there more questions in the chat box,
Okay,
please?
so I think I've answered that food stuff online. For you to export food stuff, you have to know what's the country you're exporting to, what their requirements are. For vegetable, they expect that you store the vegetable in a cold store chain room, and the vegetables are still, they have a moisture content requirement that you have to meet. So it's a bit dicey. You need to learn, you need to read about it. Like I said, you need to learn from those already doing it. If you're in Lagos, you can go to the NACO export terminal. You would see Nigerians that are already exporting vegetable, ugu, dried okazi, all of that from Nigeria. Look for any of them and ask questions, learn from what they are doing. You can actually start maybe supply to them to carry out the export, and you learn through the trade of maybe value addition, or value change playing, before you now grow to the next level to carry out the exports yourself. If you are processing it, for example, pepper to pepper powder or ginger to ginger powder, you need NAFDAC number. With your NAFDAC number, you can actually now carry out your export, but you have to be sure that when you get to that destination, it meets their own requirements, because every country has its own food requirements that is required in terms of your packaging, your labeling, and all of that. So you must ensure that you meet those standards. There are lots of people carrying out perishable food export from Lagos on daily basis. So there's no excuse. Please reach out to them, learn from what they are doing, and the opportunities are there. But a lot of them doing this export, like I said earlier, are now collecting the money in Naira. And when you are collecting the money locally here in Naira, it's not export. It means that you are doing trade, and you are doing normal trade within your space. So if you have to carry out that export of these perishable foods and all of that, please have a domiciliary account. Ask them to pay the money into this domiciliary account for you, because it's by that receipt that we know that you are an exporter, because there's a certificate that the central bank or your commercial banks will work with you to raise, which is called the NXP form. That is how we know that you're carrying out a legitimate export. Every other thing that is not in NXP is an illegal export in terms of export of goods.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. So someone is also asking, how do we process the certificates, FDA, FOA, NAFDAC, or, yes, the FOR certificate?
So you go to NAFDAC. NAFDAC will give you the requirements. You read online. Go to, if you, for example, I want to export to the UK requirements for food. When you see it, you see the requirements there. And you can now start with the processes. There are Nigerians today that already have some of these certificates. And that's why I said sometimes it's good you learn through the trade. Learn from those who already have the certificate that are already carrying out these exports. And when you go through it, with time, you build capacity, you know how to do the packaging, because it requires a whole lot of cold chain packaging, storage, and all of that. You go through all of those things, you cannot get your own certificate and carry your export directly.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Another question, please, must we have a brand before we can export?
This is the last question I'll take.
Yes,
It depends on what you're exporting. If you are exporting in wholesale, you really don't need a brand, but you need a registered company. You need your NEPC certificate, very important. But if you're doing retail export, retail goods, you actually need a brand. You also need what do you call this thing? You need a brand. You need to have a trademark certificate. So that, because for example, Nigerians, we're good at copying. Somebody will go and export Supreme Spice, and there is already Supreme Spice in America registered under the name Supreme Spice. When your goods get there, Supreme Spice America can actually petition for your goods to be confiscated. Because that's their brand name, and so you can't use another person's brand name without official approvals. So yes, you need a registered company. You need a trademark certificate, which is your brand name, to be certified for you to actually carry out export as a retail exporter. Okay? But if you're going into wholesale, depends on what you're doing, you need to have all of that. And let me tell you, your brand is your identity. So imagine if you don't have a name. The person asking this question, if you don't have a name, how do I call you? Will I be giving you sign? Or if I give you sign, you won't understand me. So yes, having a brand name, if you're going into business, is very important. Have a brand name that is easy to pronounce, that speaks to the business you're doing. You can't be telling me you are doing food, and you are telling me that poison industry. Who will buy it? Who wants to eat poison? But when you're doing food, you can give a good name, delicious. You can give something that resonates to the business you're doing, and that would help. So thank you very much. I have to run into a meeting. It's Friday here in Kano, and I don't want them to go and pray and leave me behind. So thank you. We also have an academy. I'm sure Nex-Gen will tell you about it. The Nexa Academy, Nigerian Export Academy. We're partners with Nex-Gen. You can also go on our academy to get more information of what we do as Nex-Gen Bank. And I know Nex-Gen has their own platform where you can actually learn some of the direct trade and get informed about some of the information you might be needing. God bless you all, and goodbye. I have to run.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for her again. Your brand is your identity. I hope you were able to get 1 or 2 points from the summit today. Please do well to tag us for any comments, any updates, anything you would love to tell us. Tag us on all our social media platforms. Follow us on YouTube, the Nigerian Exporters Hub, on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, NexHub_HQ. And don't forget to also reach us via our mobile number 091 22 22 3978. I will take that again. 091 22 22 3978. We look forward to hearing from you. If you have questions, if there was any session today that you would want to explore, know more into, we look forward to hearing from you as well. And before we call this wraps, we would love to invite our amiable GEV to give us the conclusion and the closing power that we need to just set the pace running. Please, a round of applause as we invite Mrs. Ronke Ayere.
Hello, everyone. I would like to say, greatest Nigerian youth. Greatest Nigerian youth. Then you know the slogan. When I say NexHub, you say dollar in every home. NexHub. NexHub. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the conclusion of this Nex-Gen Export Summit 2025, I stand before you today to say that we are profoundly grateful for all the participants that have been here today. And first and foremost, we would like to say a very big thank you to our honorable, to our dignitaries, Honorable Stella Okotete for her insightful knowledge, a gracious time, and the expertise, the experience, the knowledge that she has brought on board for us today, which is something that we should really hold handful. We'd also like to say a very big thank you to Mrs. Kafilat Abimbola for her knowledge, and she was quite practical about what she has told us today. And this is not about talk. We have to practicalize it. We have to go back and see how to make this thing work. We'd like to say a very big thank you to the chairman, Dr. Victor Ayere, for the insight, his knowledge, for him to be able to organize this program, and to the MD. And of course, we also have people that have worked behind the scene. We have people that have worked behind the scene, the Nex-Gen members that have worked tirelessly. We'd like to say a very big thank you to you. And of course, to our participants, both the online and the virtual people, I'm sure that you have gained a lot today. You have gained not only knowledge, you have your eyes are opened, you have several opportunities that you just have to take into use now. If you have to make it fruitful, it's not about the talk, you have to make it practical. And to everyone that is here today, we'd like to say a very big thank you to the management and members of Zinap Foods Limited, who are the anchor body of this Nex-Gen program. We say a very big thank you. And to everybody, once again, thank you. And make this work. Thank you very much.
Let us work together to make this work. A round of applause again for her. And that's a wrap for day one. We have heard a lot has been said. Tomorrow we take it up a notch. We are going to be hearing more insightful conversations tomorrow. So make sure you tell a friend to tell another friend that they must remember to log in tomorrow, just so you are not left behind. Thank you once again to everybody who joined us on YouTube, on Teams, and to everybody here present. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We look forward to you joining again tomorrow. And once again, I remain Precious Akpabio. Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Igwaba Anthony Paul, and I'm a member of NexHub platform. I will be exporter. I feel achieving being a member of NexHub platform. It's a wide opportunity that a lot of people have been looking for, and I am very, very privileged to be part of these few ones who are now holding the key at my hands. I really, really feel great and achieving for being a NexHub member. I've learned quite a lot about exports since I've joined. My first fear was, what will the person export, or where am I even exporting to? Who is even